Alright guys, the video is going to be up for this one just because there's something I got to show you guys with hand gestures to help you guys remember. So this is 1.6b, okay? So let's put that at the top. 1.6b. It'll probably be the last one from 1.6. So here we go. Remember, you gotta stay in for the surprise. Okay. The part that's going to be noteworthy here is going to be this right here. Okay. So big NW here. Remember before we talked about shifting it left or right by adding or subtracting a C in parentheses next to your X, and we talked about going up and down whether or not it's outside of your X of your function. So today what we're going to be looking at is stretching it out or shrinking it. Okay, and again we're going to do that in two different directions. So the first thing we got to look at is if you see in here, they denote it, they use that C again. If your X over C, it's a stretch if C is greater than 1. Okay? So if C is greater than 1, it's getting bigger, okay? It's a shrink if it is less than 1. So it's going to kind of compress it. Sometimes these are called a stretch and compression. I've also seen, so make sure you know that. Compression. Okay. Now again, it affects your X if it's in those parentheses. Now, I should say, it's a horizontal if it's by the X, just like we move left to right horizontally if it's next to the X. If it's outside of your X, outside of your f of X, it's going to be your vertical stretch or vertical shrink, okay? And again, if your C is greater than 1, it is a stretch. If it's less than 1, it is a shrink. Okay, I'm going to pause to take out this camera. Alright, here we go guys. Sorry, no video. You can see this is definitely noteworthy material. So go ahead and copy down that top box now. I'll put a curtain up so you guys don't get over anxious. We gotta see what we're actually doing. Alright, so go ahead and copy that down. First piece of music trivia. First one to tell me what this song is. Not through comments, you have to tell me in person. Gets a prize. Okay. So got it. If you don't have it down, just pause the video. First one we're going to look at is we have a vertical stretch. Now when we see a vertical stretch, first thing that tells me is I'm going to put something, I'm going to put C times f of X on the outside. Okay? 4, what that tells me is I'm going to put a 4 outside my f of X. So I get y equals 4 times whatever f of X is, which if we look up here, our f of X is, equal to x to the third plus 3. So we plug in our x to the third plus 3, and we distribute it through, and that's the answer. Okay? So again, we take our stretch factor, we times it by our f of X, the entire function we have to distribute it through to everything because it's vertical. Whenever you're dealing vertical, you're dealing with the entire thing. When you're doing horizontal, it's just going to be with the X. Okay, so let's take a look at one that deals with the X. Whenever I see it with X, that tells me I'm taking my f of X over whatever C is. Okay? This one, C, is 1/3. Okay? So we plug in f of X over 1/3. Again, our f of X is our x to the third plus 3 plus 3. Oh no! Ball City. Okay guys, let's just take a look at this way. We get f of X over 1/3, right? When you divide by 1/3, same as timesing by 3, so you get f of 3x. You plug in 3x for x in our original equation. Now you keep in parentheses because it's horizontal. 3 cubed is 27. That's where that 27 is coming from. X cubed is, well, x to the third. And plus 3. Again, if you guys can't see it, that's to the third. Okay? I'll fill in all these. Okay? Again, if you have any questions on this, make sure to ask. I can do another example in class too before we get started. Peace. Alright guys, last slide. Okay, this is a tough one. We have x squared here. Alright, even better. So we have the graph of x squared undergoes the following transformations in order. Key is you have to go in order. So the first thing we're going to do is a horizontal shift of 5 to the left. Okay, so let's take this piece by piece. So since it's a horizontal shift, I know that this x is going to be in parentheses now, right? Now I'm going to the left. If you take a look back at your notes, by the way guys, definitely noteworthy. Okay. When you go to the left, you add your c, or you add that number. Okay. So that was our step 1. We shifted over to the left 5 units. Okay. Now for the next part. Now we're taking our y of x, or y equals x plus 5 squared. We're going to change it. Now we're taking a vertical stretch by a factor of 3. Remember, vertical stretch means you're going to take that 3 and times it by your f of x. Okay? Here, I'll erase this and make it look. We're going to take our 3 and times it by our f of x. Okay? So we're going to change that and put our 3 out in front of everything. Okay? Again, you can leave in that form, that's fine to me. And last but not least, vertical translation 4 units up. This just means we have to shift it up 4. And that's actually one of the easiest ones. Because we just take our equation and we add 4. Because remember, vertically just add or subtract to the end of it, whether or not you go up or down. Alright, that's all we're doing for this one, guys. Just because when you go do the homework, there's going to be a lot of combination of this stuff. Okay? So bring in your questions. I'll try to answer them all. Okay? And don't forget, music trivia, do not leave in the comments. Come first person to tell me in school gets it.